So today we're going to be learning about the spies of World War II. So, the double cross system is a system where the Rancier, where'd you come from? Take the pills. They're spy knowledge pills. Take them. Okay, I will. You know nothing. So, it was a British system for spying. So one side would pretend that they were working with the other side. Well, they were actually just working for the original side. Like, for example, Jessica, she just pretended to be friends with me to give information to Rancier. Rancier, you need to stop. Okay, you get it now, don't you? Virginia Hall. She was an American spy and she worked for British and American intelligence. She organized resistance fighters, providing them with intelligence and a safe place to live. She constantly changed her code names and the people that she pretended to be. And in Operation Jedburgh, she assisted the French resistance, and since she did all of this stuff, she was one of the Nazis and the Germans' most wanted enemy. And her leg was amputated, and so they called her the Limping Lady. Joseph Jacobs. He was a German spy, and he was the last person executed in the London Towers. When he landed, he broke his leg, and he shot off his gun to alert people that there was someone that needed help. And so the farmers found him, and his German accent was obvious, and he also had German food that he had, and his files, he didn't even bury them good enough. None of the stuff he buried good enough. It was just very obvious. So they killed him because he was reported being a spy, and he couldn't even stand up. So when they executed him, they just pulled out his chair, and he died. He was great. Vera Atkins was a British intelligence officer. After the war, Atkins spent a year interrogating German officials and guards who worked at the concentration camp to discover what happened to the 118 special agents that didn't return to Britain. And her job was to create cover stories for special agents. She was a very sneaky woman. Moe Berg. He was an American spy, and his real name was Moses. And before becoming a spy, he was an American baseball catcher. And then he worked as a spy. He spoke 12 different languages, and he became a radio quiz show sensation. He was really smart spy. Antonio was a spy that went missing, and so they sent him to find him. But they didn't even think that he would be able to do it. But he did. He found him, and then he translated the papers because he knew Italian. Lastly, Josephine Baker. She was a French spy, and she went on tour to try to end segregation. She was a black woman, and even the country that she lived in, she couldn't even go some places. But when she went to other countries and visited them and went on tour, she could go to like the best places and everything, but like she really tried to like end segregation. But she was an amazing spy. She flirted to get information from them. She flirted with like a lot of people and like officials. And what she did, because of her status, she was hoping that no one would realize and like stop her and strip search her, because she had pictures pinned in her underwear. And on her music sheets, they were like invisible ink notes that her assistant did for her. And so she got to go to all these different places, these high-ranking places, flirt with random officials and like the Germans to try to get their information and report it back to France. So she was just really awesome. She was super cool, guys. And that is all we have for today. Would you like to say goodbye, Ranzir? Goodbye! And don't